Wait, could you be harming your plants without even realizing it? Even seasoned gardeners often fall for so-called helpful tricks that end up doing more damage than good. Picture this: you pour your morning coffee onto the soil, convinced you're giving your plants a boost, but in reality, you might actually be slowing their growth. In this video, we're uncovering 7 popular garden myths that many people still believe. And trust me, some of them will surprise you. The real shocker? You may already be making these mistakes in your own garden. So before you water, fertilize, or test out the latest garden hack you saw online, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover the truth behind these myths and learn how to help your plants grow healthier and stronger without falling for misleading advice. Gardening is one of the most relaxing and rewarding hobbies. But here's the catch. The internet is filled with shortcuts, hacks, and so-called secrets that sound helpful but don't always stand up to science. Today, we're going to separate fact from fiction. Each myth you're about to hear has been tested, studied, and proven wrong by plant experts. But don't worry, I'll not only bust the myths, I'll also show you what to do instead so you can avoid costly mistakes, keep your plants safe, and finally get the thriving garden you've always wanted. Let's dive into the first big myth, one that probably sits in your kitchen right now. Myth 1: coffee grounds are the best fertilizer. Sounds logical, right? Coffee is organic, packed with nitrogen, and people say it gives your plants energy. But here's the truth: dumping fresh coffee grounds directly onto your soil can backfire. They're very acidic, and too much acidity can damage roots and prevent your plants from absorbing nutrients. Not only that, but coffee grounds can compact tightly, stopping water from draining properly. This can suffocate roots instead of helping them. So, what should you do? Compost them first. When coffee grounds break down in compost, they mix with other organic matter and create a nutrient-rich, balanced soil additive. That way, you get the benefits without the risks. If you love using coffee in the garden, try mixing grounds with dry leaves or straw before composting. That will keep the balance right and avoid harming your soil. Myth 2: vinegar is a safe weed killer. You've probably seen this one all over social media. Spray vinegar on weeds and they'll magically disappear. But here's the shocker: it only kills the leaves on the surface. The roots remain alive underground. Within days, those weeds will bounce back, often stronger than before. And here's the bigger problem: vinegar doesn't just affect weeds. It also harms beneficial soil microbes, the tiny helpers that keep your garden soil healthy. Without them, your plants can suffer. So, what's the real solution? If you want to fight weeds naturally, try mulching. A thick layer of mulch blocks sunlight, making it nearly impossible for weeds to grow. Plus, it keeps soil moist and improves fertility over time. Pattern interrupt: so next time you see a quick garden hack online, pause and ask yourself, is this really helping long-term or just a temporary band-aid? Myth 3: bigger pots mean faster plant growth. This one feels like common sense. More room should mean more growth, right? But actually, giving your plant too much space can lead to the opposite problem. When roots have too much room, they struggle to find water. The soil stays wet for longer, which increases the risk of root rot. Instead of focusing on growing leaves and flowers, the plant wastes energy spreading roots aimlessly in all that extra space. The right way? Use a pot that's just 1 or 2 sizes bigger than the plant's current root ball. This keeps the soil balanced, encourages steady root growth, and helps your plant thrive without stress. And speaking of things that attract trouble, wait until you hear myth 4. It involves a fruit almost everyone has at home, and the truth will surprise you. How many of these myths have you believed so far? Coffee grounds, vinegar, bigger pots? Don't worry, you're not alone. These myths spread because they sound so simple, but simple doesn't always mean effective. And here's the kicker: following the wrong gardening tips can actually cost you plants, time, and money. That's why I'm excited for the next few myths, because if you've ever thrown banana peels in your garden or watered your plants every single day, you'll want to pay close attention. The truth might just save your garden from disaster. Myth 4. Banana peels instantly boost plants. Bananas are full of potassium, so naturally, people think tossing a peel into the soil is like giving plants a vitamin shot. But here's the problem. Fresh peels attract pests, flies, ants, and even rodents. On top of that, banana peels decompose slowly, meaning your plants won't see those nutrients for weeks or even months. So how do you really use them? Compost is again the answer. When banana peels break down fully, they enrich the soil safely. Or you can make a banana peel tea by soaking peels in water for a few days. Then pour that liquid on your plants as a safe homemade fertilizer. Remember, don't invite pests into your garden by tossing food scraps directly into the soil. Myth 5. Plants need water every day. This one is probably the most common mistake beginners make. It feels caring like giving your plants a daily drink, but too much water suffocates roots, cutting off oxygen. The result? Yellow leaves, weak growth, and sometimes even death. So what should you do instead? Water deeply but less often. This encourages roots to grow deeper into the soil, making plants stronger and more drought-resistant. A good rule of thumb: stick your finger into the soil about an inch deep. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, wait another day or two. Pattern interrupt? Imagine this: you think you're loving your plants with daily water, but in reality, you're drowning them slowly. Surprising, right? Myth 6. More fertilizer means more growth. It's easy to believe that if a little fertilizer is good, then more must be better. But plants don't work that way. Over-fertilizing can burn roots, throw off soil balance, and even make plants weaker over time. Think of it like this: if you ate vitamins all day long, your body would get sick instead of healthier. Plants are the same. They need balance, not overload. The smarter approach is to use fertilizer according to the instructions and only during the plant's active growing season. Even better, use slow release or organic options that feed plants gradually. Now we've covered fertilizers, water, and even kitchen scraps. But what about something unusual, something as simple as talking to your plants? Could that actually make a difference? Let's find out. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most gardeners. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some people believe that their plants actually respond to sound, specifically to their voice. Sounds funny, right? But before you laugh it off, let's break down myth 7, because the truth behind it might surprise you more than any garden hack you've heard so far. Myth 7. Talking to plants makes them grow. This one has been around forever, and it's more of a fun myth than a dangerous one. Science says plants don't actually understand words, so your compliments won't make them grow taller. But here's where it gets interesting. When you talk, you release carbon dioxide in your breath. And plants do use carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So while your words don't matter, your presence might give them a tiny boost. But honestly, the real benefit is for you. Talking to your plants makes you more attentive. You notice changes, pests, or dryness earlier, which helps you care for them better. So, yes, keep talking to your plants if it makes you happy. Just don't expect them to talk back anytime soon. Now you know the truth behind these 7 garden myths. No more wasting time with tricks that backfire, only science-backed methods that actually help your plants thrive. So, here's my challenge to you. Which one of these myths did you believe before today? Was it the coffee grounds? The daily watering? Or maybe the banana peel trick? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you found this video helpful, share it with your gardening friends. Let's spread the truth and help more people grow healthier, happier gardens. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more gardening tips that actually work.